Good afternoon and welcome to today's news bulletin. I am Sang Daisy, bringing you the latest developments from Kenya across East African region and around the world. We begin with key stories shaping the economy, politics, society, and sports, as well as detailed weather update affecting different parts of the country. Stay with us as we bring you accurate, timely, and comprehensive coverage of the events that matter most of you. Today's top stories focus on rising economic pressure across Kenya and the East African region as government grapple with the debt concerns and fiscal tightening. Weather agencies warn of increasing climate instability linked to El Nino condition expected to affect rainfall patterns across Kenya. Security tensions continue to draw attention following protests in parts of Nairobi, while regional leaders emphasize instability amid global economic uncertainty. In sports, local and international competitions are heating up as teams push through mid-season fixtures. In Kenya, economic developments, Kenya is facing growing pressure on public finances as rising debt servicing costs and global economic shocks strain the national budget. Authorities have cautioned that maintaining fiscal stability will require tighter expenditure controls and improved revenue collection. Agricultural stakeholders are also being advised to prepare for unpredictable weather patterns that may affect food production and supply chains. On the political front, tensions have increased following recent protests linked to environmental and land use disputes in Nairobi and other regions. Security agencies have come under scrutiny of the clashes with the demonstrators, prompting renewed debate on public order management and conservation policy enforcement. Leaders are calling for stronger coordination between national and county governments to improve disaster preparedness ahead of expected climate disruptions. Socially, communities are increasingly concerned about rising uncertainty tied to environmental issues, urban development, and public safety during demonstrations. Civil society groups are urging dialogue-based approaches to reduce conflict and promote peaceful resolution of disputes affecting public land and protected areas. In sports, the domestic football league is becoming more competitive as teams battle for top positions ahead of mid-season. Clubs are focusing on squad rotation and fitness management due to a congested fixture schedule, while youth academies continue to play a key role in developing new talent for national competitions. Regional news for East Africa. Across East Africa, economic performance remains mixed as governments respond to global financial pressures. Kenya is contending with a tighter fiscal space. Uganda is preparing for long-term growth supported by oil production, while Tanzania is focusing on strengthening domestic revenue systems as external funding slows. Regional finance ministers continue to emphasize the need for resilience in the face of global economic uncertainty. Politically, East African nations are prioritizing stability and cooperation as global tensions and economic disruptions affect trade and energy prices. Governments are also increasing collaboration on infrastructure development and climate adaptation strategies to reduce vulnerability to environmental shocks. Socially, human rights organizations across the region are calling for improved protections during public demonstrations following recent incidents of violence. Concerns are growing about ensuring safety while maintaining democratic freedoms, especially in urban centers where protests have become more frequent. In sports, East African teams are intensifying preparations for continental competitions with increased focus on training camps and talent development programs. Athletics federations are also preparing athletes for upcoming international championships. On international news, globally, economic uncertainty continues as fluctuating energy prices and geopolitical tensions disrupt markets. Many developing economies are struggling with high borrowing costs and weaker currencies, while international financial institutions warn of slower global growth in 2026 due to ongoing instability in trade and energy supply chains. Politically, diplomatic negotiations remain active in several regions as countries seek to balance trade interests Climate policy is also becoming a central issue internationally, with governments preparing for upcoming environmental summits focused on emissions reduction and climate resilience. Socially, humanitarian organizations are raising concerns about increasing displacements caused by conflict and climate-related disasters. Food insecurity and migration pressures remain key global challenges, particularly in vulnerable regions. In international sports, football leagues in Europe are entering decisive stages of their seasons, with the title races becoming increasingly competitive. Attention is also shifting toward upcoming global athletics and championships and major sporting events scheduled later in the year. That concludes today's news update from Kenya, East African region, around the world. Stay informed, stay alert, and join us for your next bulletin as we continue tracking the stories shaping our communities and global stage. My name is Daisy. Continue to watch MKU TV.